Okay, so today I want to go over the best ways to be able to stick to the gym and the things that are going to make you stick with it. Let's get into it. So, the reason I'm making this is I feel like so many people are able to muster up the motivation to start lifting. And then if you go talk to them 2 months later, they're not really lifting anymore. They haven't lifted in 2 weeks. And they did really good those first couple weeks. They were lifting 6 days a week. They were killing it. But then they just kind of fall off for whatever reason. So these are some of the best ways to be able to stick with the gym. The first one is having an accountability partner or just a lifting partner in general. So the 2 ways you could go about this is, one, just picking a friend who also wants to get into the gym with you. Maybe you got to convince them, whatever. But you and them start going X number of days a week together. And then when one of you doesn't want to go, the other one will text, and you guys just both hold each other accountable and make sure each other are there. Now, the other way you could do this is you could text a friend, you can find a friend who's trying to build or get rid of a different habit. And every day you guys text each other and make sure that you're both sticking to it. Now with this, if you guys are willing to do it, you could maybe just throw like $20 on the line or something like that, and just like make it almost like gamify it in a sense. Or if you do if both of you stick with it, X happens, or just something, something to make it a little more fun and keep you both kind of locked into it. So the next one is, if you can, and I understand a lot of you probably won't be able to do this, but if you can, schedule your lifts for the times of day when you are the most motivated to lift. So, for example, me, I clearly love the gym. I'm literally making videos about it, and I'm there 6 days a week. Now for me, you catch me in the morning, it is noon right now, and I already have my lift in. I am so excited and ready to lift in the morning. I wake up and I'm literally waiting to go to the gym, right? You catch me 6 hours into my day. So let's say I wake up at 6 a.m. Around noon, I have absolutely no desire to lift. Literally none. I do not want to go to the gym. It is literally the last thing I want to do. And don't get me wrong, on those days where I have to have a later lift, I push myself, I still show up, but that takes a lot more discipline. And if you're just starting, it's gonna be a lot harder because you don't have that discipline yet. You don't have the routine built in. So if you can, try and schedule your lifts for times of day where you actually want to be there. Now, also, I will add to that one, try and actually schedule your lifts. If someone asks you on Sunday, when are you lifting every day? Now, I don't need an exact time. I don't need I'm gonna get to the gym at 8:38 in the morning. I don't need that, but you should know, probably around 8:30ish, I'm gonna be getting my lift in. Personally, I can tell you, Mondays, I typically wake up at 6:30, so I'll probably get to the gym at 8. Tuesdays, I'm in a school because I'm a student teacher till 11, come home, eat, then I head to the gym. Wednesdays, that's my off day. Thursdays, I'm in a school till 2:30, get home, eat, lift. Fridays, I'll probably wake up at 6:37 typically. Hour and a half later, I'm at the gym. Saturday, Sunday, I give myself a little more leeway where I'll just kind of wake up whenever. Depends on what I did the night before, how late I stayed up. But the second I wake up, hour and a half later, I will be at the gym. I can tell you every day of the week when I'm going to be at the gym. So I already know. A lot of times, people that'll skip their lifts are typically the people that are gonna just fit it in when they can. Now, if that works for you, hey, if it works, go for you. But for me, that just is not something that's gonna work. And for a lot of people, that's just not something that's gonna work. Because then you're gonna be oh, it's already so late, I don't wanna go. Or maybe you get off work and it's 3 o'clock and then you end up taking a little longer, there's traffic or something. And then it gets closer to 5 o'clock, you're oh, I don't wanna go to the gym now because it's gonna be so busy. Where if you just have them scheduled in, or it's just a part of your day, that's all it is, it's a lot easier to get yourself there. Next one, now this one can be a little difficult and some people won't want to do it. And honestly, you might annoy your friends with this one, but tell people what you're doing and what your goal is. Because there is something to it where once you start telling people, it's a lot harder to give up on a goal because then everyone knows that you failed. Or if you just internally on your own, just be maybe I should start lifting. And then you start going and but no one really knows. And someone might see you at the gym, but that's really the only people that know. It's not as concrete as a set goal where if you just start telling everyone, it's a lot harder to give up because then you're gonna have all of these people seeing that you failed to achieve your goal, and no one wants that. that's like why, like, personally for me, like, because I post and stuff, and like I post a YouTube video every week, and I post on Instagram and TikTok every single day and Reels, I know that like I have to go. If I just stopped posting, I guarantee within like a couple days I'd be getting texted, yo, what happened? Like, are you not lifting anymore? Like, what happened? Because for me, like, it's not my whole identity, but like people know I lift. And when I can, I do enjoy talking about it. So the next thing is, especially if you're new, try and just start out with lifts you like. If you're just trying to get into the gym, you don't need to be doing everything like absolutely perfect and like in the most optimal way possible. At first, the whole goal is just getting to the gym and doing some sort of workout, like just something. So when you start out, maybe for the first like even 2 months, just do lifts that you like. Just do something. Like, something is better than nothing. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, the first couple months of the gym are all about just building that routine that you're consistently there. Because once you have that, then you can start taking time and figuring out like how to consistently stick with it, plus also do the best things. So that'd be the next thing. And the last one, and this is especially crucial for those first couple of weeks. So for those of you that haven't started lifting or maybe failed a month or 2 ago and are now trying to get back into it, do not overdo it in the first couple of weeks. That is the biggest mistake I feel like people make, especially from people who are like high school athletes, or it's only been a little bit since they stopped lifting, like maybe like 2 months. Let's say you were lifting for like 6 months consistently, lost it for whatever reason, and now it's like been 2 months and you're trying to get back into it. A lot of people will just pick up exactly where they left off, and all that's gonna do is make you ungodly sore for like multiple days, and like you're not even gonna be able to move. I remember personally, like when I started lifting, I hit biceps, back and bis like pretty hard one of the first days, and I literally could not get my arm past like here. I could not straighten it out because I was so sore, and that was like 3 days. Like by the 3rd day, I could get it to like here, but I still couldn't get it straight. Like I was just so sore, and like that's obviously gonna make you not want to go back. Like, why do I want to feel like shit for 3 days and not be able to move? Like, that is just such a reason to not want to go back. So if you can, do not push it those first couple days when you're going back, because then you're just going to get extremely sore. Obviously, you do need to push yourself in the gym at some point, but like, personally, I would say your first day in the gym, I would do 1 set of every exercise you plan on doing to like 3 to 5 reps before failure, and then leave. Like, that's it. And maybe do some cardio if you want. I would do that for the entire first week. For the second week, maybe I would do 2 sets of that. 3rd week, then I would start getting closer to that like the failure, or up to 2 reps. I'd probably go 2 reps away from failure. And then if you are someone who wants to train to failure, then start bringing that in. But that's what I would do. Okay, so now it's time for my Sunday Night Football pickups. So I'm recording this, as you see, I'm literally wearing the same thing as I was in last week's video because it's been like, I don't know, 20 minutes. So the Sunday Night Football game is Bengals-Giants this week. So obviously I don't have a line yet. I'm gonna guess the Bengals are gonna be favored. It honestly depends on how they do this week, because in week 5, because this is week 6. So it depends on how they do in week 5, because as of right now, when I'm recording this, they're 1-3. Like, they don't look great, but they also are still the Bengals. Like, they played the Chiefs well. They're still a good football team. So my guess is the Bengals are probably favored by like, I'd guess, I'm gonna say like somewhere between 3 and 4.5. And honestly, I would 100% take the Bengals to win and cover in this game, even as a Giants fan. Like, I'm a Giants hat on, flag behind me. I just feel like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, that trio is too talented against our pretty lackluster core of DBs and safeties. So I feel like those 3 might cook us. Now, there is potential for our D-line to wreck the game, but I feel like they're going to end up beating us. And honestly, because the Giants, we're definitely not going to be a playoff team. But the Bengals, that is a team that could still try and find a way to come back and make the playoffs. So they are going to probably really need this win. So that's who I'd take. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and send this to someone who's trying to get into the gym, or anyone who just for whatever reason can't stick with the gym. And I hope you enjoy once again. And I'll catch you on next Sunday at 5 p.m. Catch you there.